Leela's Journey to Fluency, Chapter 1. A dream in the village. In the serene village of Sundari, nestled among lush green hills, lived a young girl named Leela. Sundari was a close-knit community where everyone knew each other, but it was far from the bustling cities where English was commonly spoken. Despite this, Leela dreamed of learning English. She had seen visitors from abroad and imagined the possibilities that knowing English could bring. Chapter 2. The Spark of Inspiration. One day, a visitor from the city arrived in Sundari to teach a workshop. He spoke in English, and Leela was mesmerized by the way the words flowed. Determined to learn, she approached the visitor, Mr. Patel, and asked for advice. Mr. Patel encouraged her and suggested starting with simple steps. He left her with a basic English workbook and some encouraging words. Chapter 3. Starting with the basics. Leela began her journey by learning the alphabet and simple words. Every evening, after her chores, she would sit by the lantern and practice writing and pronouncing words like apple, cat, and house. She used a notebook to jot down new words and their meanings, repeating them until they felt familiar. Chapter 4. Immersing herself in English. Eager to immerse herself in the language, Leela found creative ways to practice. She borrowed an old radio from her neighbor and tuned into English news broadcasts, even though she understood very little at first. She listened to the rhythm and tried to mimic the sounds. She also watched English movies on a neighbor's television, following along with the subtitles. Chapter 5. Speaking practice. Leela knew she needed to practice speaking. She found a friend in Rani, another village girl who shared her dream of learning English. Together, they practiced simple conversations, greeting each other with "Good morning" and "How are you?" They encouraged each other and corrected mistakes gently. Chapter 6. A visit to the city. When Leela's uncle invited her to the city for a visit, she saw it as a golden opportunity. In the city, she was surrounded by English speakers. Though intimidated, she took every chance to practice, asking for directions and ordering food in English. She realized that making mistakes was part of learning and that most people were kind and supportive. Chapter 7. Joining a class. Back in Sundari, Leela's progress caught the attention of the village head, who arranged for an English tutor to visit the village once a week. Leela joined the class eagerly. Her tutor, Ms. Priya, introduced games, songs, and stories in English, making learning fun and engaging. Leela's confidence grew as she practiced speaking in front of the class. English a part of her daily routine. She wrote a diary in English, describing her day and her feelings. She labeled items in her house with their English names and spoke to herself in English while doing chores. Her favorite activity was reading simple English storybooks that Ms. Priya lent her. Chapter 9. Overcoming challenges. There were times when Leela felt frustrated, especially with tricky grammar rules and pronunciation. But she remembered Mr. Patel's advice: persistence is key. She celebrated small victories, like understanding a full sentence on the radio or holding a short conversation without hesitation. Her determination kept her going. Chapter 10. Sharing her knowledge. As Leela's English improved, she began helping other villagers who wanted to learn. She started a small group where they practiced together, sharing tips and encouraging each other. Her initiative earned her respect and admiration in Sundari. Chapter 11. Achieving fluency. Years of hard work paid off. Leela became fluent in English, able to converse confidently and understand others with ease. She even started corresponding with friends she met online from different parts of the world, broadening her horizons and understanding of different cultures. Chapter 12. A new role. Recognizing her passion and talent, EMS, Priya recommended Leela for a scholarship to become an English teacher. Leela accepted and underwent formal training. She returned to Sundari not just as a fluent English speaker but as a teacher, ready to inspire and educate others. Conclusion: Leela's journey from a village girl to a fluent English speaker and teacher was marked by dedication, creativity, and community support. Her story showed that with determination, the right resources, and encouragement, anyone could learn a new language and transform their dreams into reality.